Gabak entering the pits is P5. 30 minutes remaining in the session. Race start. John Astrup is P4. Eric Bohm from Germany is P2 on hards. David Kelsall in S's is P12. San Markham from Zimbabwe in turn 6 is P3 on hards. Eric Bohm in turn 7 AM is P2. San Markham is P2. John Astrup from New Zealand in turn 8 is P4 on hards. San Markham is P2. Richard Ogden is P8 on hards. San Markham in turn 9 is P2. Mark Scott from Norway in turn 1 is P11 on hards, 0.1 ahead of David Kelsall. Mark Scott is now P12. Glenn Field from United Kingdom in S's is P3 on hards, 0.3 behind Attila Kseniai. Rene Robertson in turn 6 is P9, 0.3 behind Richard Ogden. Brian Patterson in turn 7 AM is P4 on hards, 0.3 ahead of Eric Bohm. Glenn Field is P3, 0.3 behind Attila Kseniai. Eric Bohm is P5, 0.3 behind Brian Patterson. Glenn Field is P3 on hards, 0.3 ahead of Brian Patterson. Richard Ogden is P10, 0.1 behind Martin Wall. Glenn Field in turn 9 is P3 on hards, 0.2 behind Attila Kseniai. Kian Chen from Hong Kong is P14 on hards, 0.1 ahead of Ian Morton. Kian Chen is now P13. Glenn Field in S's is P3 on hards, 0.1 ahead of Brian Patterson. Eric Bohm in turn 6 is P5, 0.3 behind Brian Patterson. Brian Patterson in turn 7 AM is P4, 0.3 ahead of Eric Bohm. Martin Wall on lap 3 is P9 battling Rene Robertson. Mark Scott entering the pits after 3 laps on hards is P14. Glenfield is P3, 0.4 ahead of Brian Patterson. 25 minutes remaining in the session. Rene Robertson is P8, 0.1 behind Zolk Kseniai. Glenfield is P3, 0.2 behind Attila Kseniai. Rene Robertson in turn 9 is P8 on hards, 0.1 ahead of Martin Moll. Rene Robertson is now P7. Brian Patterson in turn 1 is P4, 0.1 behind Glenfield. Brian Patterson is now P3. Martin Moll in S's is P9 battling Zolk Kseniai. Martin Moll is now P8. Eric Bohm in turn 6 is P5, 0.4 behind Glenfield. Ian Morton entering the pits after 4 laps on hards is P14. Martin Moll is P9, 0.3 behind Zolk Kseniai. Eric Bohm on lap 4 is P5, 0.2 behind Glenfield. Martin Moll in turn 8 is P9, 0.2 behind Zolk Kseniai. Eric Bohm is P5, 0.4 behind Glenfield. Zolk Kseniai from Hungary is P9 on hards. Best lap is a 1:51.342. 1.184 of the fastest lap. Eric Bohm in turn 9 is P5, 0.2 behind Glenfield. Zolk Kseniai from Hungary is P9, 0.4 behind Martin Moll. Eric Bohm in S's is P5, 0.2 behind Glenfield. Glenfield is P4, 0.3 ahead of Eric Bohm. Kian Chen in turn 7 am is P12, 0.4 behind David Kelsall. Glenfield in turn 8 is P4. Best lap is a 1:51.057. 1.360 of the fastest lap. Richard Ogden entering the pits after 5 laps on hards is P10. Attila Kseniai is P2, 2.4 ahead of Brian Patterson. Glenfield from United Kingdom in turn 9 is P5, 0.1 behind Eric Bohm. Eric Bohm was 0.5 faster last lap. Rene Robertson in turn 6 is P7 on hards, 0.4 behind John Astrup. Rene Robertson was 0.8 faster last lap. 20 minutes remaining in the session. John Astrup in turn 7am is P6, 0.3 ahead of Rene Robertson. Rene Robertson was 0.8 faster last lap. Glenfield is P5, 0.5 ahead of John Astrup. John Astrup is P6, 0.3 behind Glenfield. Glenfield is P5 on hards, 0.2 ahead of John Astrup. Eric Bohm in turn 9 is P4. Best lap is a 1:50.663. 1.321 of the fastest lap. Glenfield is P6 on hards battling Rene Robertson. Glenfield is now P7. Eric Bohm in S's is P4 on hards, 0.4 behind Brian Patterson. Rene Robertson in S's is P6, 0.2 behind John Astrup. Rene Robertson was 0.9 faster last lap. Eric Bohm is P4. Best lap is a 1:50.207. 0.865 of the fastest lap. Bruce Hardwick entering the pits after 7 laps on hards is P13. Guian Chen is P12. Eric Bohm in turn 8 is P4, 0.4 behind Brian Patterson. Rene Robertson is P6, 0.2 behind John Astrup. Eric Bohm is P4. John Astrup in turn 9 is P6, 0.1 behind Rene Robertson. Rene Robertson was 0.9 faster last lap. John Astrup is now P5. Brian Patterson is P4 on hards, 0.3 behind Eric Bohm. Guian Chen entering the pits after 7 laps on hards is P13. John Astrup in S's is P6, 0.2 behind Rene Robertson. San Markham from Zimbabwe is P1, 4.0 ahead of Attila Kseniai. John Astrup is P6, 0.3 behind Rene Robertson. Ian Morton is P13. John Astrup is P6, 0.4 behind Rene Robertson. Martin Wall is P7, 0.2 behind John Astrup. John Astrup in turn 9 is P6 on hards, 0.2 ahead of Martin Moll. 15 minutes remaining in the session. Richard Ogden is P9 on hards, 2.8 ahead of David Kelsall. Martin Moll in S's is P7, 0.3 behind John Astrup. Brian Patterson is P4, 0.2 behind Eric Bohm. Martin Moll in turn 7 AM is P7 on hards, 0.4 behind John Astrup. Brian Patterson is P4, 0.5 behind Eric Bohm. Martin Moll is P7, 0.4 behind John Astrup. Brian Patterson is P4. Best lap is a 150.410. 1.068 off the fastest lap. Martin Moll in turn 9 is P7, 0.4 behind John Astrup. David Kelsall is P10, 3.5 behind Richard Ogden. Martin Moll in S's is P6, 1.0 ahead of John Astrup. Zsolt Ksenia is P8, 0.5 behind John Astrup. Bruce Hardwick entering the pits after 2 laps on hards is P14. Brian Patterson in turn 7 AM is P4, 0.6 ahead of Rene Robertson. Zsolt Ksenia in turn 8 is P8, 0.6 behind John Astrup. Brian Patterson is P4 on hards, 0.6 behind Eric Bohm. Gabor Ksenia from Hungary is P12 on hards. Best lap is a 150.600. 1.258 off the fastest lap. Glenfield entering the pits after 10 laps on hards is P11. Glenfield is P11. Brian Patterson in turn 7 AM is P4, 0.5 behind Eric Bohm. 10 minutes remaining in the session. Martijn Mol is P6, 1.6 behind Rene Robertson. Brian Patterson in turn 9 is P4, 0.7 behind Eric Bohm. Gian Chen is P15. Ian Morton is P13. Rene Robertson on lap 12 is P5, 0.4 behind Brian Patterson. Martijn Mol in turn 7 am is P6, 1.7 behind Rene Robertson. Brian Patterson is P5 battling Rene Robertson. Brian Patterson is now P4. Richard Ogden is P10. Rene Robertson is P5, 0.1 behind Brian Patterson. Brian Patterson in turn 9 is P5, 0.3 behind Rene Robertson. Attila Ksenia is P2 on hards, 1.2 ahead of Eric Bohm. Martijn Mol is P6, 0.4 behind Brian Patterson. Martijn Mol was 1.6 faster last lap. David Kelsall is P9. Best lap is a 151.774. 2.432 of the fastest lap. Martijn Mol is P6, 0.3 behind Brian Patterson. Attila Ksenia from Hungary in turn 6 is P2, 0.7 ahead of Eric Bohm. Martijn Mol is P5, 0.4 behind Brian Patterson. Martijn Mol was 0.8 faster last lap. Martijn Mol is now P7. Brian Patterson is P4, 0.5 behind Eric Bohm. Eric Bohm was 1.3 faster last lap. 5 minutes remaining in the session. Martijn Mol is P8, 0.8 behind Zolk Kseniai. Kian Chen entering the pits after 3 laps on hards is P14. Brian Patterson in turn 9 is P4, 0.9 behind Eric Bohm. Martijn Mol in turn 9 is P8, 0.6 behind Zolk Kseniai. Gabor Kseniai in turn 8 on lap 14 is P12. Martijn Mol from Netherlands in turn 6 is P8, 0.4 behind Zolk Kseniai. Zolk Kseniai was 7.0 faster last lap. Zolk Kseniai in turn 7 am is P7, 0.2 ahead of Martijn Mol. Martijn Mol is P8, 0.4 behind Zolk Kseniai. Martijn Mol is now P6. Zolk Kseniai is P7 on hards, 0.7 behind Martijn Mol. Martijn Mol in turn 9 is P6, 0.6 ahead of Zolk Kseniai. Zolk Kseniai is P7, 0.8 behind Martijn Mol. Brian Patterson in turn 6 is P4, 0.5 behind Eric Bohm. Martijn Mol is P6 on hards, 1.1 ahead of Zolk Kseniai. Zolk Kseniai is P7, 0.7 ahead of John Astrup. Zolk Kseniai was 2.6 faster last lap. Martijn Mol from Netherlands is P6, 1.8 ahead of Zolk Kseniai. Zolk Kseniai is P8, 0.2 behind John Astrup. Assetto Corsa on lap 17 is P2, 0.6 ahead of Eric Bohm. Bruce Hardwick is P15. Eric Bohm is P3, 0.3 behind Attila Kseniai. Eric Bohm is now P4. Attila Kseniai is P3, 0.2 ahead of Eric Bohm. Brian Patterson is P5, 0.4 behind Eric Bohm. Brian Patterson is now P4. Ian Morton in turn 7 AM is P12. Best lap is a 1:52.828. 3.486 off the fastest lap. Ian Morton is now P13. Eric Bohm is P6. Ian Morton is P13. Brian Patterson is P4, 0.2 behind Eric Bohm. Stan Markham is P1. David Kelsall on lap 17 is P9. Attila Kseniai is P2, 0.9 ahead of Eric Bohm. Zsolt Kseniai from Hungary is P8, 0.4 behind John Astrup. Attila Kseniai on lap 18 is P2, 0.6 ahead of Eric Bohm. San Markham is P1. Gabor Kseniai entering the pits after 17 laps on hards is P10. The leader has just finished the race. San Markham finished P1. Attila Kseniai finished P2. Eric Bohm finished P3. Brian Patterson finished P4. Rene Robertson finished P5. Martin Moll finished P6. John Astrup finished P7. Zsolt Kseniai finished P8. David Kelsall is P9. David Kelsall finished P9. Bruce Hardwick finished P14. Richard Ogden finished P11. Glenn Field finished P12. Ian Morton finished P13. Gabor Kseniai is P10. Gabuk Sani I finished P10.